What's going on YouTube? It's HT Gaming. Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're going to be covering the June monthly awards program. Now this just recently came out yesterday, and man, it is just as good or better than I anticipated. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This could be one of the best monthly awards programs that I have seen up to date. And I'm not just talking about this month or this year. I'm talking about the entire time that I've been playing MLB The Show. This has to be maybe top 5. For sure top 5. Maybe even top 3. Who knows? But we're going to be covering it and potentially maybe showing you guys some gameplay. We'll see. If not, we'll leave it for another video. But before we jump in, guys, like always, make sure you guys give a like to this video. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys subscribe, and let's jump right in. Alright guys, here we have it, June monthly awards program. I decided to take off my webcam just so that you guys can see the whole screen and I don't cover anybody's stats. But right off the bat, man, when you get to 5 points, you get this Tyler Stevenson. He already had I want to say it was a gold version of this, maybe the first monthly award program, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a 92 overall. And again, for a catching option, it does not look too shabby, man. 112 contact versus righties, 90 versus lefties. The power is okay at 73 versus righties and 87 versus lefties. But again, we don't have a lot of good catching options, and I feel like this could work for some people. I actually like his swing a lot, so not too shabby there. All right, so once you get to 10 points, you get a Tops Now pack, and you're going to need all of these cards, guys. Like every other monthly award program, you're gonna need to collect every Tops Now card for the month of, in this case, June. So keep in mind, you are going to be able to get a lot of free cards from that program through here, but you can also do the daily moments, which are gonna give you probably all of them. I only had to buy like 3, and honestly I didn't even finish all the moments for the Tops Now, so not bad at all right there. Now at 15 points you get 1,000 stubs, and once you get to 20 you get this Charlie Morton, 93 overall, and he has 107 hits per 9 with 82 Ks per 9. The walks per 9 at 78. He has 86 control, 92 velo with 99 break. Now, on paper, it looks okay. I tried him for some of the missions, and I don't know. This one is one of those cards that it's just not for me. But, you know, it's worth giving it a try, I guess, if you guys are a Braves fan or maybe a Charlie Morton fan. As you keep going, you get to this Tyler Glasnow. And again, this is one of those that we have such good starting pitching in the game right now that this is probably not going to make my starting rotation whatsoever. It's a 94 overall, and his pitch selection is just, you know, pretty basic with that fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. Again, another pitcher that is just not going to make my starting 5. But as we keep going and we get to 40 total points, we get to Tommy Pham. And again, this one is actually a pretty decent card, man. 118 contact versus righties, which is ideal for a righty hitter. And let me tell you guys, contact is the most important thing right now. If you guys struggle with your PCI, maybe because it's a little bit too small, or you're having a hard time, you know, getting to the ball for whatever reason, contact is the way to go. You want players that have a lot of contact. It's going to increase your PCI size, and quite frankly, it's just going to help you hit a lot better, especially as you get up to the higher difficulties. So 118 contact versus righties, 86 versus lefties. He has reverse splits, 99 power versus righties, and he still has 83 versus lefties. Not too shabby there. 79 fielding, and, you know, speed at 69, arm strength at 80. He is not going to sit down a lot of bats, but he could be a really glitchy card. His swing is one of those swings that can be pretty glitchy. I've had success with his swing in the past, so I think he's worthy of at least trying him for one game, maybe more, but definitely not a bad one. Again, here we get to another pitcher at 50 points total, and it's none other than Ryan Presley. If you look at his hits per 9, man, 124 and 107 Ks per 9. Now on paper, that looks pretty damn good. 124 hits per 9, yo, that's gonna make your opponent's PCI so freaking small. The only problem with this card is his pitch selection. He has a 4-seam fastball, slider, and then sweeping curve. I wish he had like a changeup and not just a slider and a sweeping curve, but it is what it is. You know, he does have 99 break. The velo's pretty down at 79, but again, the hits per 9, that can make this card pretty filthy in the higher difficulties. So definitely another card worthy of being tried out in ranked seasons. But as we move along, man, we start getting to the good part. Now here at 55, you get another Top Snout pack, and you're gonna be able to choose 3 cards out of that, so that's great. But this is going to be a very sneaky good card in my opinion, man. I've used them again. I use them for the missions, and clearly the missions are extremely easy. They're like on veteran difficulty, so your PCI is the size of a watermelon, but it is what it is. Still a nice card to use. If you look at his numbers, and again, like I mentioned before, contact is extremely important, and here we have 113 contact versus righties with 125 contact versus lefties. On top of that, he is a switch hitter. He can play all outfield positions. His primary is center field. His power, 90 versus righties, not bad at all, and he still has 70 versus lefties. So for a card that has such high contact, man, he has just enough power. Fielding at 83, that's not bad at all. 70 speed, he's not going to steal any bags for you there. But overall, this could be a really glitchy card, a really under the radar card with that high contact and still decent power. So I'm actually going to be trying this card out very soon. By the looks of how long this video is taking, I know I'm not going to be able to get any gameplay in this video, but for sure for the next one, man, he is making our squad. As we move along, 65 points, you get to choose another 2 players from a Top Snout Moments, and here we have Jonathan Schoop. Now, if you guys are familiar with monthly awards programs, you know that he had a monthly award card back in, I want to say maybe it was 2017, 18. I'm not quite sure what year it was, but man, he was glitchy. And it's not just for monthly awards. This card is like, his cards are just glitchy, period. Whether it is a flashback or the live series, Jonathan Schoop is a freaking glitch, man. And for this one, he has 94 contact versus righties, but 120 versus lefties. The 88 power versus righties, still solid, and 113 versus lefties. This guy is a lefty killer, but don't get me wrong, he can still hit against righties, especially with that glitchy swing. His primary is first base, which is kind of odd. I feel like he's always been like a second base primary, but he does have second base, third base, and shortstop as a secondary, which is great. You can play him at any one of those positions. 78 fielding, not the best, but it'll do. I feel like this year fielding, you know, it helps mainly in the outfield, but I feel like in the infield, I've played plenty of players with low defense and they've been just fine. Moving along, you get 3,000 stubs at 75 points. And once you get to 80, here you get this Carlos Correa 96 overall. For me, I've had a lot of success with Carlos Correa. He as well had a monthly award card maybe in 2019. And man, he was glitchy. He was actually the lightning card for that month. I don't remember which month it was, but he was so good, man. For this one, he has that 113 contact versus righty, so kind of reverse splits for the contact. As far as the power, it's pretty balanced out at 97 and 95. He has 85 fielding, pretty solid with that 95 arm strength. That boy has a rocket for an arm. Shortstop, obviously, as a primary, he can play second base and third base. He's honestly going to be making a debut for me playing shortstop. Shortstop has been a position for me that I've gone back and forth. I've tried many different cards and I've yet to get one that sticks, man. I've tried Trevor Story. I put Marcus Semien there. I've put Chipper Jones. I put all kinds of cards there, but so far I haven't had that one guy that is just, you know, a primary all-time, full-time shortstop for me. So definitely going to be trying my man Carlos Correa out of shortstop, and hopefully he can do as good as he did back in the days. But moving along at 85 points, you get this Balling is a habit pack. this 42 choice pack from the 42 series, and they are sellable, just so you guys know. These cards are going for about 17, 18, some might be going for 20, but they are sellable. Or if you haven't completed the Legends collection, this is a great bonus right there if you need any of those 42 series players. At 95, like always, you get a bat. And then the man of the hour, the man of the month of June, this dude absolutely crushed it. And it's Kyle Schwarber, man. As many expected, it is Kyle Schwarber. And I gotta say, last month we got Marcus Semien, and you know, I didn't think he was gonna be as good as he was, and I gotta be honest, he has exceeded my expectations with that 125 contact. That boy is an absolute beast. But looking at Kyle Schwarber right off the bat, man, he is gonna crush righties. 110 contact versus righties with that 125 power. And again, everybody thought that he wasn't going to be that good against lefties, but 97 contact and 100 power, yes, that is going to be plenty of high enough attributes, I guess you could say, to get the ball out of the yard and make enough contact. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, and I feel like this is the best part of this card, if you look at his secondary, this man has catcher as a secondary, and with fielding way above my expectations at 80, this man is going to be my new starting catcher. And I'm going to show you guys what that looks like in just a second. I am so excited for this Kyle Schwarber, man. All right, guys, so this is what the team is going to be looking like for our next video. Like I mentioned before, we're going to try out Carlos Correa over at shortstop. We have this Brian Reynolds. We're going to try him out at right just because he doesn't really fit anywhere else in the team for me. You know, Marcus Semien, man, he has been an absolute beast, so we're going to leave him at second base. But Kyle Schwarber, he's going to be playing catcher for us. But I do want to show you guys the difference between him and who I had over at catcher position. And as you can see here, undoubtedly, this is a much better catcher who is not even a catcher as a primary. So this is a much better option. Look at the difference, right? He has better contact versus lefties, better power versus righties versus lefties. He has better speed by a lot. It's still slow, but by a lot. He has a better arm strength, better arm accuracy, better fielding. That's insane to me. Better fielding than Jorge Posada. It is a second half. In the past, it was a veteran card, but still better fielding, better reaction, and the only thing that he's not better than Posada at is the blocking with a 5-point difference. Not crazy. Keep in mind though, if you do parallel this card, everything is gonna go up by 5, assuming you get to the max parallel. So yeah, that's insane, man. I did not think this card was gonna be that much better than my actual catcher, who is a catcher primary. So yeah, this is why this card is so good, man. It is such a good option, and honestly, unless he doesn't perform, this is probably the best player monthly award lightning guide that we've gotten so far this year. As you would expect, every single month it should get a little bit better than the last, but I'm excited as hell to use this card, man. To sum it up, this is absolutely a must-get card. I highly recommend it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to use him. And it's not just him. As you can see in the screen, we have at least 2 other cards that we can use, and I'm missing Jonathan Scope here. I just have such a hard time taking out either David Ortiz or Chipper Jones that, you know what, I'm gonna try these 2, see how that goes. We're gonna be playing on legend difficulty most likely, since we're above, actually it's gonna be guaranteed because we're above 900 at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. And before we end this video, guys, like always, we are going to open a single pack and maybe pull a diamond. We'll see how that goes. If we get a gold player or better, we keep going. Yeah, like always, it just doesn't happen for us. But man, hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, hit it with a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys next time with another video.